I think I'm live. Hey there, hey there, hey there. How y'all doing? Can you hear me? Does everything look okay? Thank you guys for being here. Sorry, I'm late. Had to go downstairs and get a shirt and just, I don't know. I have no excuses. I'm just late. I'm just late. All right, Kelly says yes. So I think you guys can hear me. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hey, Stacy. All right, let me go ahead and start by saying hello to everybody. Then I'm going to tell you what happened in my life yesterday. Nothing big, nothing major at all. Then, oopsie, we're going to bling. I have a new template, and so I wanted to make that so I could wear it with a cardigan sweater tomorrow. Hey, DB. And then I think I'm going to do just a little bit of a design thing in Silhouette Business Studio. And it's going to be for a little car coaster. It could be for a car coaster. It could be for a shirt. It could be for whatever you want it to be. But I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. I think I should have plenty of time. So let me say hello. Hello, Kelly. Thanks for being here. Hi, Cheryl. Move my computer here. Hey, Jennifer. Welcome. Hey, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up, please, I'd appreciate it. Hey, Rosalind. Hey, Dems. Hey, Sharon Davenport. Hey, Robin S. Hi, Rodria. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Whitney. Welcome. Hi, Reba. Hey, Karen Murray. And Marlene. Hey, Merlinda. And Daisy. And Dee Dee. Welcome. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Carol. Welcome in. Hello, Kevin. Hey, Dorica. Hey, Tianda. Good evening, Monique and Alice B. Shamika. Hey, Martha. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Lucille. Hey, Renee. All right. See if I missed anybody down here. Porgy Town. Did I say hi? I think I did not say hi yet. So hello. Hey, Arlene. Patrice. Hey, Patrice. Hey, Monica. All right. All right, all right. Hey, Angel. Hey, Angel B. We meet again in another chat. That's funny. Okay, there's where I left my shirt downstairs. So I ran downstairs, yada, yada. Hey, Sandra, welcome. Good to see you here. Hey, Steph, welcome. Minerva. Hey, Reba, welcome. Hey, Eve. Hi, Geneva. All right, I think I'm going to start scrolling and maybe I'll catch somebody. Patricia, welcome. All right. Hey, Anna. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Delonda. Hey, Nicole. All right. Hi, Brett. Welcome from Lake Havasu. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I bet the weather down there is really nice right now compared to here. And I'll bet compared to where Barb is, I don't know if Barb's in here, but it's probably wonderful here compared to where she is. Hey, Kawanda. Hi, Sylvia. Hey, Marta. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But let's go ahead and get started. Oops. It's cold and rainy here on Long Island. It is cold here. It's not rainy, but it is cold. Okay, so to get started, and I work at a high school, and so every student that came to my office today, I'm a little bit self-conscious about it when I look weird. And I went to the dermatologist yesterday. And I had had some things on the bridge of my nose for quite some time that were raised. And so when I went to the doctor a while back, just for a regular visit, she said, you need to go have those checked out. So I went yesterday, and the dermatologist said they're just like a precancerous thing. So, you know, shouldn't be anything serious. But she took that nitrogen can that they spray on you and sprayed and sprayed, and had another one here and sprayed, and had one here and one here. And once I sprayed here and here weren't bad, oh my goodness, these on the side, they hurt. So if I look a little red, a little swollen, a little crusty, that's why. That's why. Just one of the things you got to do. I really didn't expect when I went in that she was going to do that yesterday. But I've told you before, I don't like going to the doctor. I am definitely a flight risk. And so when she offered to go ahead and do it, I thought I had better. Because getting me back there might not be that easy to do. So have you guys ever had that stuff done to your face or anything? And if so, tell me, how long am I going to look bad? And really, I look pretty good right now. I have a feeling that it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. Hey, Kristen. It's about 78 degrees there. Oh my goodness. I would ask my Alexa what it is here, but then you guys would all have yours going off. Hey, Carol. Hey, Diane. Hey, Willie. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so when I cut this today, I cut it on my Romeo. For some reason, it didn't want to cut very well. So I had to lay it down. Can you see all these dots on my table? Let me add this. Look at all these dots on my table. I had to lay it down on my table and lift it to get those dots out. So I just need to look it over. It says Santa's favorite. And this is an ombre one. There's a non-ombre one. There is a file that is not a bling file at all. It's just an SVG. Okay, I see a few more in here. And I haven't put them in my Etsy shop yet, but I will do that either during the live or right after the live. Okay, we're almost done with doing surgery on this thing. So what are you guys doing this evening? Are you still working in the kitchen, cooking? It's getting really windy there in Winchester. Are you relaxing? Are you crocheting or knitting or doing any crafts? What are you doing this evening? I hate getting these dots on me because they're so sticky. They're hard to get off. But I had to do it. Okay. So I think the colors that I'm going to use tonight, I think, it depends on if I have enough of, thanks, Eve. Michelle, thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of one of those things like when you have kids in your office and teenagers, like they're going to lift you up and down, they're going to find any little flaw. And it's just one of those things that when they come in, they're sitting across from me and you start talking, you know, like if it were me, I'd be going, what is that? I wonder what's going on with her face. And so I just told them all, hey, had to have something burned off. I know it looks bad. Let's go. Let's start talking. And most of them, I think almost every one of them were like, it doesn't look bad. I wouldn't have noticed it. And two of them said, oh, my grandma has to have that done, or my grandpa had to have that done. It's like, oh, ain't that sweet? I'm getting old like your grandparents. Eating popcorn, about to crochet. Cold in New York. Hey, Kels. All right, Ruji says she's going to be watching on the TV and listening. Ruji, I know you're working on something. Okay, so I think this is good to go. The colors that I think I'm going to use for the outline, I think I'm going to, I don't know, for the outline if I want to do snowflake or if I want to do chrysolite to get a little bit of green in it. I think I'll do chrysolite for the outside. Hopefully that'll show up dark enough to show as green. And then I'm going to do chrysolite for the outline as well as the word favorite. And then for the top of the word Santa, I think I'm going to do Royal Siam. I don't know if I have enough Royal Siam to do it or not, but I'm going to try. And then for the bottom of the word Santa, I want to use this Royal Crystal because it's so pretty and I've barely used it. So that's my plans. And then after that, I want to show you something I've been playing with as just a design thing. You could do it in anything. You could do it in Cricut. You could do it in Leonardo. You could do it in, I'm going to do it in Silhouette. You could do it in Inkscape. It's something that you could do in whatever design software you want to. But I saw something in Silhouette I really hadn't noticed before when I was playing with this maybe last weekend. And I want to show you that too. All right. Go ahead and get this stuck down. Now on a black shirt, of course I don't want to use anything for the outline that's very dark, but do you think chrysolite is going to show up as green on black, or is it going to look kind of washed out on black? Because I could do wintergreen, or I could do peridot. So I definitely want to do Royal Siam. If I don't have enough of that, then I'll change over to Candy Apple or Light Siam. And I want to do the Royal Crystal. But for the outline, you think I should use, on a black shirt, remember, chrysolite, which is a light blingy green. Think I should do that? Or should I do wintergreen? Or peridot? Hey, Lena Doyle. Hey, Naomi. Let's see. Let's see what you think. Let me get this out of the way. I really haven't cleaned up the craft room since we did our embroidery project. And somebody by the name of Patrice said I was going to embroider every Thursday. And maybe next Thursday, but I had a couple things I wanted to do tonight. But look how cute that is. I think it turned out really, really cute. Okay. Kristen says, go with the chrysolite. Let's go with the chrysolite. Okay. Put this on the template. I think I want to scrape those flock dots off before I get started, because it will just annoy me that I see them under this template. I'm one of those weird people that I don't even like to see another layer of the template on the back side of the template. So let me scrape these off real quick. Ooh, what a pretty stuff. Is that loud? Oh my goodness. All right, where's my good scraper? It's yellow. Where are you? Where are you? Well, it's lost, but I have this one. I think this one, yeah, this one does better than the last one. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Wait, I said that already. Am I still on the same set of comments? Oh my goodness. I didn't scroll down. Hey, Zelda. Humph. I like that, Patrice. Look at this. Humph. Marilyn is not embroidering tonight. Humph. Oh my goodness. Patrice, your picture on your, what was that, Facebook looks so cute with you and your friends last night. I bet you had a great time. Okay, hold them up to my sweatshirt I'm wearing. That is a good idea. And I'll put the shirt that I'm going to use over here and I'll lay them down on that too. That's a great idea. Okay, black shirt's the best option. It does show off the colors. Hey, Donzel. Hey, Coretta. All right. I have not put up a Christmas tree yet. I have not bought a single Christmas present yet. Now, I have a Christmas present for my daughter because she is coming in and she comes from North Carolina. And so, you know, I don't want to get a bunch of stuff that she then has to take back on the airline with her. And she's taking a trip for work. And so we're just giving her money so she can stay on her trip for a few extra nights. So that, you know, you travel all this way to someplace new and you'd like to stay some so you can see the sights yourself when you're not working. And so I do have one Christmas present covered because it's just money. Other than that, nothing. Not a thing. And we don't do a ton of gifts. Oh, the ones I'm going to put in my box to my nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. I do have my little tumblers done for Remy and Piper. So I have that. And I have that puzzle. So things I've made, I have 3 things I've made, but I haven't gone and bought anything. Okay. Oh, Naomi, now you got to do all that wrapping. Thanks, Dee. Yeah, it just kind of made sense because she was kind of heartbroken a while back when she didn't get a raise because of the school where she works. Policy, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And she, you know, had called this meeting to try to get this raise and then it didn't go through. So I figured I'll just make life a little bit easier. Her trip is in January. Make life a little bit easier and make it where she can stay over a few nights and that'll be good. Alrighty, so here's the template. It is not in my Etsy shop yet. I meant to get it in there, but I just didn't get around to it before the live. And so we'll brush it in and see what it looks like. So it says Santa's favorite. And the inside is ombre. So let's go ahead. And hey, Evelyn. Hey, Sonia. Thank you, Kristen. Let me lay some of these on here. Okay. Okay, I can see that it's green. It's going to add a little bit of a different color versus just the red and the royal crystal. So, Kristen, I think you're right. Let's just go with that. Otherwise, I would probably stay fairly light and go with peridot. All right. All right. So it is just a V-neck shirt, and it's actually a shirt that I've had. I did not purchase a new shirt for this. I am getting ready to retire. I wear a lot of black. And my pants are almost all black. And I have a ton of black shirts that I wear under blazers or cardigans or, you know, flowy things. And so I'm retiring at the end of January. It's like, I don't need that many plain black shirts anymore. So I'm just going to use one of these. Hey, Stacia. Welcome. Blinded you with my shirt. Hey, Rosalind. Welcome in. All righty. So let's go ahead and get started. This table is really, really sticky after having all those dots down on it. So what I like to do is I like to cut as many layers and put them on one sheet together, just to save flock and to save cutting in between them all. That's just what I like to do. And I like to try to get them close enough so that I can put them on one backing. And so what I did was I ungrouped the design, and then I grouped back the outline and favorite because I just wanted to put those in the same color. And then I dragged apart the two ombre parts. And then what I like to do, since they're all on one sheet, is I just like to use a piece of tape and tape off where I don't want the stones to go. So we'll put that there. Hey, Vera. Hey, Gail. And get my brush and this. All right, let's see. A little crooked there. Got flock dots all up on my shirt now. All righty. Seems like it's been a while since I've done bling. I don't know why. Probably hasn't been that long ago, but it seems like a long time ago. I'm trying to think of the last thing that I did that was bling. Might have been the Craft-A-Bling box stuff. Have I done anything on live since then that was bling? And speaking of, Patrice, is this, wait, no. This Saturday, this Saturday is the first Saturday of the month, which it'll be the 7th. So the Zoom for the Craft-A-Bling boxes should be the 14th, I believe. And then the next thing is, because we're in different time zones, I don't remember if it was 3 o'clock her time or 3 o'clock my time. But if you are still listening in, Patrice or Gail, if you know, I might have, Kristen. I may have. I know I sent out a bling shirt a while back that I did on live, and it might have been when I was with her. And, you know, I am so terrible. When I do a giveaway, it's like a week and a half before those things get in the post office. Next Saturday, second Saturday at 2 p.m. Central. So next Saturday being the 14th at 2 p.m. Central. And so I think I have some standard links in the video when I do a live, but the links don't show up, just the words do. And I think Eve's rhinestones are probably one of those standard ones. I need to go in and add the actual links. I think the Craft-A-Bling boxes are a standard one. So I'll go in and fix those when we get off. Okay, so Santa's favorite. Looks like everything went in just fine. Hey, Sylvia. How are you? Hi, Faker McFake. Tanyu, hello. Hello. Tanyu, have you been serging lately? Tanyu, do you have a serger? I know Tanyu's been like on me to start my serging. She probably does. She's very creative. If you haven't seen her bling stuff she does, oh my word. Hey, Lily. Gail, were you guys on? Was the Patch Hat crew on? I worked late, and then I came home and basically was in it. 4 sergers? Wow. I need to learn from you. Do you have 4 so you can have 4 different colors on them? Is that why you would have 4 of those? Because I think Patrice was talking about having 2 so she could have black on one and white on the other. Okay, where did I set down? There it is. My transfer tape. Hey, Debs. Yes, you made candy holders tonight. Super cute. I will go back and check that out. I will go rewatch after I get off of here. All righty. Wait for the Serger sessions. Okay, so 4, so you can just have them all strung up. I don't know if that's the word. Threaded up. All threaded up with thread. 4 different colors. Now he has 2. Hey, Clipsy. Welcome. Candy sewing machine. Okay. So, Rosalind, oh, my tape just ripped. So it's not the right length. So, Rosalind, I'm going to tell you what I think the purpose is, but anybody in the chat that has a serger, how would you explain to Rosalind what the purpose of a serger is? Because mine's a very simplistic answer. Demps has a serger. Yes, Demps, I made this design close to a week ago or so. It's not in the Etsy shop yet, but it will be tonight. All right, let me move my computer a little bit. Perch. All right, anybody want to give a shot at how you would explain what a serger is for? Thank you. Whoops. Red, white, blue, black threads. If you had 4 sergers. So, Rosalind, the serger cuts and finishes your seams. Okay, so Rosalind, like if you look at the inside of a sweatshirt, whether it's the sleeve, see where the sleeve is sewn together and it looks so professional? A serger did that. So the serger that goes like this allows for a lot of stretch, and it sews your 2 pieces together, and then the excess of your ribbing and the excess of your sleeve material that would have been over here, and it sewed them, it also cut that off, so you have that perfect little seam in there. So you would have the same thing at the bottom. You would have the same thing up here at the shoulders. And so any time that you have 2 pieces of fabric going together on the inside of something, I would say is when you could use it. You can still use a sewing machine to sew these together and just use a stitching that allows for a lot of stretch. But the serger just really finishes it off very nicely, is my understanding. You guys know I haven't serged other than one little line. We need serging lessons. All right, here's that. Oops, I should have turned my heat press on. Let's see, what are you on? Temperature, you don't need to be at 385. Let's put you down at 350. And then time. Put the time down at 15. And that heats up pretty fast, so it won't be very long. I would like to pre-press my shirt, so I'm going to lay this down on it so we just see it, but I'm not going to press this on until I've pre-pressed it. Okay, now you're getting fancy. Now you're getting fancy, Tanya. I've heard cover stitch. I've heard Unbiased talk about cover stitch. I don't know what it means. Same thing with overlock. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I see what it means. Okay, so maybe overlock is the general category, and maybe cover stitch and serger are 2 types of overstitch. But Tanya, what is a cover stitch? What's a cover stitch do differently than a serger? Answer us that, please. Okay, let's see. You can also complete a whole project without worrying about your fabric frame. Okay. It also helps if you have fabric that unravels. Okay. Serger's good for knit fabric. Hey, Linda Gray. I woke up a little bit ago too. Okay, has a knife blade. Okay, cover stitch is for hem finishing. So I assume you mean like a bottom hem or the hem of a sleeve. Somehow it flips it over and cuts it and everything? Or what? What's it do? Unbiased wants a cover stitch. Hey, Meredith. Hey, David. Okay, serger and overlock are the same. Okay, Janelle says gives a nice finish. So those of you coming in, we're learning about sergers and overlock and cover stitch and what they do and what the differences are between them. Hey, our Lovelanders. All right, we're only up to 210, but just to pre-press this, I think that's fine. And yes, I do have my lint brush in here. I don't think I have the roller thingy in here, but I do. And there's plenty of lint on this, so before I put the top platen down on it and just transfer some of that to up there, let me go ahead and roll this. So for those of you that just came in, we're doing a bling design. This is a new one that I did. And then we're going to get on the computer and I'm going to show you just kind of a nice little technique, design technique for a little project that I learned. You could do it in a lot of different softwares. I'm going to use Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Okay, no cutting instead of hemming with a sewing machine, the cover stitch. It has two rows of stitching. Really great for stretch fabrics. Okay, thank you. Okay, so cover stitch does not have a blade, and that's the one that does the hem. You can do coverage with a serging, just retract. Oh, retract the blade. Oh. So I don't know if Lena, was it Vivian? Maybe that was Vivian. Now, I'm not sure. Was it Lena or Vivian? Had a picture of a cute little baby dress that I guess they knitted it or crocheted it. I don't know. It was so cute. It's just amazing the things that people can do. And how did everybody learn how to do all this? Okay, what did Marissa say? I missed it. Okay. Marissa. I don't know what you said. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and fold this in two so that I have two sides together and I figure out where the middle is. I know the middle is basically where the left side of that N is. And hold this down flat. Hey, Karen. Quick question. Can I make a bling design with the Silhouette 3 regular version? I don't think so. The lowest version that you can use is it called Design? It's the second to the highest one. Oh, I'm missing a stone. But I'll just hand place it in a little bit. So what is the progression of them? You've got Silhouette Studio, then what? Silhouette Studio, something like Plus. And then after that, is it Designer Edition? What is the progression of those? Hey, Shay Shay. Happy late birthday, Shay Shay. Okay, the hem of my sweatshirt was accomplished by the cover stitch machine. Okay. I gotta look at it now. There's two rows of stitching. Okay, so a cover stitch must allow you to put quite a bit of the fabric to the right side of it, I guess it would be. Design Edition. Okay, so yes, Design Edition and Business Edition. However, the Business Edition is the only one that allows you to export your designs as SVGs. So if you want to sell, share, whatever with people that don't use a Silhouette machine, you need to be able to save your designs as SVGs. And so I typically don't cut mine out with a silhouette. And I also want to sell them, so I have the business permission. Okay, that looks pretty straight. Looks pretty centered. Chris, I don't know if you're in the bushes. I'm not even going to use my ruler. There we go. Santa's. Okay, let me hold this up and look in. Yep, that looks fine. That looks fine. Oh, you're welcome. All right. Let's get this on here, and then the top part of my ombre is going to be, if I have enough of it, royal cyan. I hope I do, because I really love it. But if I don't, I'll use candy apple. If I have enough of it. I can't remember if I have a big thing in it or not. And if I don't have enough of that, then I'll use light cyan. Okay. Me too, Shay Shay. Santa. All right, layer one. Hopefully I had you all under the heat prep. Looks good. Okay, so here's the first layer. And let me go ahead, change this up just a little bit. There's the first layer, Santa's favorite. So if you wanted to do more cost, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say budget bling shirts, because a bling shirt isn't a budget shirt. But if you wanted to do bling shirts that didn't cost as much, you could just do outlines, because you don't have nearly as many steps in it. You don't have nearly as many stones in it. But there we are so far. Okay, so remember that we use this tape to separate the areas. And so I'm just going to go ahead and move it up. And then I'll get another piece and cover over this bottom part. I don't want to use all my pink tape. I'll use my blue tape. Shay Shay. Shay Shay, you know I'm his favorite. You know it, right? All right, the moment of truth. Let's see if we have enough. Oh, man, I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Sharon Davenport. Hey. I love this. Look at this. Look at that. It looks very, very red, but she has super pretty glitzes of gold. Yes, Rosalind, I'm going to put that in. I should have put it in before the live, but I decided a nap was more important, which it really wasn't, but for some reason I thought it was at the time. All right, let's see. I have one more stone stuck in here. So let's see if this covers everything. So I have this design in ombre and non-ombre, in case you don't want to layer in ombre stuff, which I perfectly understand. I also have this design in just like for cutting out HTV, or I'm going to show you something tonight where you could do something else with it and print it for DTF, print it for sublimation. What I'm going to do tonight after this with the design that we make real quick is I'm going to sublimate a car coaster. Oh, I'm going to have plenty, I think. I think I'm going to have plenty. That makes my heart happy, because I love this. So, so pretty. Now I forgot what I was saying. Blah, 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 my ombre, my non-ombre. And then, okay, then it's just, I do have one that just says Santa's favorite. That could be used as a cut file, Or you could change it into like a PNG if you wanted to do some type of pattern fill. Now, if you were here at the beginning, I talked about how sticky my table was from all the flock dots that I had to put on my table to get them off this. And that's why when I'm brushing over here, I can't get those stones to move because it has really, really sticky. Okay. Got fuzz. Oh my goodness. Need to get some alcohol wipes or something and clean this table off now. Okay, so isn't this gorgeous? This color. I haven't seen Jessie on here. Jessie? There's a little bitty baby rhinestone in there that I got mixed in with them somehow. Alrighty, alrighty. Let's go ahead and put a few where they belong. And that looks like we'll be good. Okay, I think that looks good. Let me just take a look at it for a minute. See if I see anything. It's harder when you're doing ombre ones to see if something's missing because by the nature of it, you have missing things. But once you put your two sides of the design or the top and the bottom of the design together, then you can really tell. And remember, I did have one chrysolite stone missing, so I'll be adding that before we're all done. Now, if you're really, really, really good, which I am not, you could lift this up and then you could brush in the bottom and put this back down with the bottom piece. I only tried to layer on the, whatever this stuff's called, the transfer tape twice, maybe once, because I was so bad at it. And once you put those stones on the transfer tape in the wrong place, they're not going back unless you just scrape them all off. And so I decided to never do it that way again. I know never say never, but it was not a fun experience for me. Not at all. Okay. So let me go ahead and layer it here. I'm going to do it here in front of the camera. Because sometimes layering can be tricky because even though the designs fit digitally, once you add heat to your shirt, it can start shrinking the shirt, and sometimes you have to just kind of stretch the shirt around to make them fit correctly. Oh, Kristen, you tried that the other night? Oh, I was really not happy when I tried it. Like, I've seen Eve do it. But she's been blinging a whole lot more years than I have. Okay, let's get that apostrophe where it goes. And then here's what I was talking about. See how all the stones are too far to the right? It's not the design's fault. It has to do with the stretch of the shirt, the relaxing of the fabric. And since my table's so sticky, it really won't shift. So it can be that your shirt shrunk up a little bit. It can be, I think Eve called it. Eve, if you're on here, let me know that sometimes the heat relaxes the shirt and it stretches a little bit. I see a couple more stones that I missed also. Probably when the cut didn't work so well, I didn't notice. And they're probably still in my flock. That's cute. Okay, can rhinestones be tacked down kind of like HTV when layering? Yes, you can put them under there for a little bit less than the optimal. Well, Eve's rhinestones say 12 seconds. And she has said that you can press them multiple times at 12 seconds. What she has said is the bigger problem is when you start going up in heat and overcooking them, over melting them with heat. I have always just done all my I think I've always done it. All my layers I do 15 seconds, and I don't have stones come out in the washing machine. But I think you could probably get by with doing it for 10 seconds. Just lift up a little bit to make sure the stones are staying down before doing that next layer. And if anybody in here has done it by tacking them down, let Kristen know how long you did it in your tack down. Okay. That is. I hate when the collar gets on the heat press mat. And with it being a V-neck, it's harder to fit everything under there without getting that collar on. Okay. Now let me look at my design. Did I have flock dots that didn't come out? I sure did. So you're going to see that my N is missing a couple of stones right here and right here because the flock dots didn't come out and I didn't notice that. So I'll just hand place them for tonight, but I would like to go ahead and take them out so that the next time I do this, I don't have that issue. There we go. Okay. So let me show you what we have so far. Move that up a little bit. All right, so this is Crystallite for the outline, and then Royal Siam for the top. Isn't that Royal Siam just gorgeous? Let's see. That's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, Demps, what'd you say? I press all layers for the full time. Yeah, and that's what I do too. Okay, what heat press you like the best, the one you're using or the other one? I like the new one better, but I probably would not spend the extra money right now to upgrade from the old one. But I do like the new one better. I like that it comes out farther than the old one did. It also has more clearance space. I could care less about this stuff. I mean, I know people in their reviews talk about this. I could care less about that. I don't care that it pops up. I didn't mind the old one. This one, the handle is literally just molded into this. I really preferred to have a true handle that pulled out. It really doesn't matter to me though. The one thing regarding the HTV Ronts, whether you have the old one or the new one, I would get yourself a better pressing pad, a better pressing mat. This is a true heat press pressing mat. It is not what they sent to us as a pressing mat. I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't like that pressing mat. Okay, I'm leaving it at that. Leaving it at that, all right? I said I was leaving it at that. We're going to leave it at that. Now, if I didn't have either one and I needed a new heat press, then I would definitely spend the extra money on this one over that other one, for sure, hands down. But unless you're doing a lot of puff vinyl, in which case, if you're doing a lot of puff vinyl, I would get a manual heat press anyway. But I don't do puff vinyl. Although I'm going to show some puff vinyl. But I'm not a puff vinyl person because I stink at it. And it's finicky. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Ooh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Bridgeport. Porter, sorry. I stopped in mid-sentence because I covered over with something I couldn't see. How are you? Thanks for coming in. All right, let's see. Let's see what Sharon's going on. A lot of sickness going around, and the way the weather is back and forth isn't helping. So Sharon, you must be sick or have been sick. If so, I'm sorry. I hope that you are on the mend if that is the case. Hope you're much better and hope you get healed all the way soon. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. A 16 by 20. That would be really nice. Hey, Mary Brown. I'm glad you could join too. Okay, Evelyn, that's probably a really, really good heat press. Crocheting says, I like their swing away. I thought about getting that one because that's what I started on was a swing away. The thing I like about swing aways, which this does the same thing, but the thing I like about swing aways is they come flat down. They come down flat. Whereas a clamshell, if this is the back of the machine, you get the most pressure here, and then it just doesn't feel as even of pressure to me. But I could be wrong. So I love swing-aways for the reason that they go down flat and that they're manual. They do take up, you have to have space behind it. So like my swing-away, I have it on a rolling cart. I just roll it out so I can swing that around. Oh no, Sharon, where do they live in Oklahoma? Where do they live in Oklahoma? Okay, so Kwana says, I don't like their swing away separate control panel. Oh, they have one of those. I don't like separate control panels at all. At all. I got one from X-Tool, a heat press, which I've never shown, and I don't really like it. And it has that separate control panel. For a person like me, you're just asking to lose it. You're just asking to lose it. I think the Cricut, wasn't the Cricut heat press has a separate one that you have to keep track of. Tulsa, I used to live in Tulsa. Hey Shamika, an entrepreneurial diary. Welcome. Lisa loves her swing away, her HTV Ron. Hey Cindy. Yes, Sharon, I used to live in Tulsa. I really did like Tulsa. Really, really did like it. But then I moved to Wichita for my job. And I go down to Tulsa sometimes. I'm only 2 hours from Tulsa, Sharon. And we go down there occasionally. We tend to go to Kansas City more often because Kansas City's an hour and a half from us, north of us. But we do go down there once in a while. So it sounds like what you're saying is that your son's family got you sick. Or you got your son's family sick. So my son's name is John, and his grandma, Tim's mom, used to call him Typhoid John because when he would visit her, she'd get sick. Hey, Penny. Welcome. And really, I feel like if you have a heat press that works, just keep using it. I know that you see a lot of new things on YouTube and all that, and they are sparkly and new. But if you have one that works well, keep using it and spend that money on something you don't have. Unless it's just something that you really value. So, for example, with the auto presses, some people do have, you know, wrist issues. Whoops, let me get that down. They're trying to get you move up here. I say here because I'm 2 hours from there. Love being in the country. Okay, so do they live in the country? And if so, do they live up by like Owasso, or which area do they live? Which direction? I don't know what I was saying. I was saying something, and that caught my attention because I was like, hey, if Sharon lived up here, she'd come up craft. Come craft, Sharon, come craft. Let's see. I honestly have no idea what I was talking about other than heat presses. Okay. See, one hole to fill. See, I have an extra stone here. That looks like it's about it. Everything else looks pretty good. Yeah, I just know I would lose the control panel because, you know, I set down a template and I lose it. I don't want to have to store my control panel separately from my heat press. Okay, that looks good, good, good. I think it looks good. Okay, well, I have that covered. I'm going to go ahead and try to get the rest of these cleaned up. Again, my table is so sticky. They won't slide. I have to use my fingernails to make them slide. Okay, what do that second thing get on my nerves? I like that, Rosalind. It doesn't work right for me, but it could be the user. I understand that. Okay, so we just had Thanksgiving, and a lot of people at Thanksgiving have traditional food, or maybe what's tradition for your family. When it comes to Christmas, which, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas are just, what, 3.5, 4 weeks apart? Do you turn around and fix the same thing? Like I'm going to, because my daughter didn't have a turkey dinner. So I'm going to turn around and have the same things. We're going to have stuffing or dressing, whatever you call it, turkey, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, gravy, 7-layer salad. We're just going to have a ditto, a do-over. And at Thanksgiving, my son said that, was it the dressing or the turkey? One of them, he said, was the best he remembers it ever being. And I know he liked both of them a lot. I think he said it was the best dressing he had had. And I think he said that the turkey was better than it usually is. Not that I do bad turkey. But I'm going to try to just repeat. Have another success. Okay, so just like before when we had to kind of shift things around, and I feel like I have a stone that was too far right here. We may have to shift things around here too. A seafood dressing. Okay, Renee, that's what my sister-in-law does. She does a turkey at Thanksgiving, and then she usually does lasagna for Christmas. And so we're having what happens if that control panel stops working? And then she's having the extended family thing at her house, and she's going to do lasagna. And that's been pretty typical. Okay, so sometimes what I end up doing is I actually sometimes cut my template apart to make them fit in correctly, but I think this is going to be okay. Looks like it needs to stretch over a little bit and stretch up a little bit, or stretch, no, not down, up. So you just kind of have to take your time and manipulate how this goes down on your design, because it's very seldom that a multi-layer design just falls into place unless you are putting it on non-stretchy and non-shrink fabric. Okay, there we go. Cute. Now I will have a few to replace or to put down. I'm missing one there. I'm missing two here. We're going to do that on the very last. We'll do this press and we'll do one more with this. And typically I like to tack those down with a little hot, I don't remember what they're called, a wand. And I think I'll do that again today. I like to do it with the wand, and I just stretched my shirt. I like to do it with the wand. That way you don't have to worry about when it closes, did it shift it a little bit, because it's no longer on tape. Or there is another method. I'll do this other method. I have a couple of red stones that probably after my live I will move because I don't like where they are. Oh, I have an extra stone in there. I didn't even notice that. I gotta get that out. Where's my tweezers? Stay on. Okay, let me figure out where that was. There it is. Yep, I had an extra stone that was just sitting on top of the others. Did I get it off? I don't think I got it off. Now I think I have it off. But now I shifted my stones in the wrong place. All right. I think we're good. Okay, so we were missing some of the crystallite. I think that's all I was missing was crystallites. Where is Chris with her 100-inch TV? Okay, Kristen, I can't even say that word. Chiapinos? Is that how you say it? And what is it? Okay, let's see. Are you treating yourself to any crafting treats for Christmas? Like new supplies? Okay, clam sauce. Okay, so that is your seafood stuffing. Shrimp cocktail. Oh my goodness. So when my mom was alive, her birthday was on Christmas Eve, and we always did shrimp cocktail on Christmas Eve. Shrimp cocktail and a lot of little finger foods, crackers, cheese, and charcuterie type stuff. Fish. Never liked the 7 fishes Christmas Eve. Haven't had that. Look at Chris there. She is there. She's watching TV. She's watching NFL, and I'm on the teeny little phone. Chris, you need to get me off your teeny tiny little phone. At least to see the shirt. All right, so what I would do to fill in, let me move this over. Chopino. Okay, thanks, Evelyn. Get the brother skin and cut. I assume that's like another thing like a Cricut Maker or it's another cutting machine, right? Okay, so a lot of times what I would typically do would be to get my little hot wand and put a couple down. I don't like to just have them loose, but if you don't want to use the wand, the only thing you do if you don't want them loose is just put a piece of transfer tape over it. So that's what I'll do instead. So I'm going to put one here. You just have to remember where you put the stones down to get the transfer tape in the right place. And one there. Let's move that down a little bit. Then where do I have a teeny tiny piece of transfer tape? Teeny tiny little piece of transfer tape right here, because I keep all my scraps. Right, Dims? Keep our scraps. Okay, so I'm just going to put transfer tape over it to hold it in place. And then I was missing a stone right here as well. So we'll add that. And then see there's some red ones over here that are really not in the right place. Those are the ones that I will move later. And to move them, I do use my little wand. All right, let's get that one in place. Now I don't remember where I put it. It was either here or there, I think. Where was it? Not there. Was it here? No. Was it over here? Where the heck was it? Okay, so it's right here. Let's put that. Oh, I have a flock dot on my fingernail. That's nice. Let me put my pen right there. Thanks, Unbiased. You love your scan and cut? All right, let's do this last layer. We'll show the shirt, and then we're going to jump on to silhouette just for a little bit. I don't want to hold you guys for a long time. I appreciate you being here and then staying here as long as you've stayed here. Green Bay's playing. Okay. Evelyn. Yeah, right, Dimps. We keep our scraps. All right. So here it is. Let's go ahead and make this one big. And there it is. We get it really, really close. There you go. I like it. Am I sure that I used the best colors for it? No, I'm not, but I like it. Thanks, Delonda. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Dimps. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, where'd it go? Since I am Santa's favorite, just go on and send that to me. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. So sparkly, that's right. What is the bottom layer? Okay, so the outline of the word Santa and the word favorite, they're chrysolite. And then the top half of the ombre is royal cyan. And then the bottom half, look at that, when you turn it, you get that gold look. The bottom half is royal crystal. Super pretty. Super cute. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let me struggle at getting my computer the way I need to have it. Now, let me see what I have on my desktop before I do this. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. Nope, nope, nope. Alrighty, what's this down here? Love Stitch by Morgan when I was putting her link in Delonda's thing last night. Okay. Let me figure this out. We are going to present, and then we're going to share the screen. And let's just share the entire screen. And share. Oh, you're welcome, Delonda. Thanks, Kawanda. Okay, so I need to go find my Silhouette software. So I go to Applications. This is just how I do it. Here is Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to have to look up here for the comments. We're going to go ahead and open this. This is just kind of a cute little fun thing that I was playing around with when I was sitting on the couch, maybe last weekend. And what I don't know is, does this blank have plastic on it? You know how a lot of the blanks have that plastic coating on them? I can't tell if this one does or not. I cannot tell. Sometimes when you do have, you can put, well, now I wish I hadn't shared it already. You can put a piece of tape on it, really stick that down, and you can pull the tape and no coating, no cover came off with it. It doesn't feel like, sometimes with your nail, you can feel it kind of hesitate because it's kind of down in the, I don't know how I'm trying to describe it, down into the tape. So there's a little resistance when you try to scratch your nail across it. This one, there's no resistance. I don't think there's anything on this. We'll see when we try to press it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what the size of my little circle is, because I'm doing this car coaster. You could do this same type of design for a shirt, for anything you want. But the size of this, I want a real tape. I'm going to tape measure tape. What do I do with my tape measure tape? I have 2 of them in here and I lost both of them. All right, fine. Okay. So I'm measuring this and it's 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. 2 and 5 eighths. But I want to have some excess room. So what's 5 divided by 8? What's 2 and 5 eighths convert to? If anyone wants to ask their ALEXA, so I don't set all yours, divide 5 by 8. And what is that decimal? Hey, Victorious Creations. Hey, Angela Diaz. Hey, Mimi. All right, 5 divided by 8. I don't know if this is moving. 0.625. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go at least 2.7. Let's try 2.7. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and let's go down to the shapes. Go over to the circle. I'm just going to drag a circle. Woo, that's big. Then to do anything with this circle, you have to go back to the select tool. So you can see it up here. Click on this select function. And I'm just going to move it more to the center. Now for now, let's change that to color so that we can see it better. I want it to be 2.7 in diameter. This little lock is on, so when I change this to 2.7 and I hit enter, the height will change also. So we're going to go ahead and change that. Now, I don't want to work with anything that teeny tiny, so I'm going to go ahead. What? I know you're sharing my screen. Ah! Pooh. I hit the wrong thing. Let me go back. Stop screen. What did I do? Oh, you can see it again. Okay. So I need to zoom in on that. So I hit the command and the plus. And now we're making it larger. Okay. So this is slightly larger than my car coaster. These little car coasters, they have cork on the back. If you tend to take soda, tea, water, whatever, in any type of thing that sweats and it gets down into your car, your cup holder, these are nice because the excess liquid as it goes over. Which other screen can you see? Okay, that one. When the excess liquid goes over, it soaks into the backing, the cork on the back, and you don't have that puddle of water or whatever in there. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go over here to the text tool, click on it, and then I'm going to click right over here. And I'm going to put a capital M, and then a pink girl, so we're going to turn that pink. Now, notice the inside didn't turn pink. So I must be on the line style. Let's, with it still selected, let's go up to panels, and I must be defaulted to line style. Let's click over here on this right, which is a line color. Let's see if it goes away. It did not go away. Okay, why did that default to that? Let's go ahead and fill it in. It's not, oh, I'm on the circle. Okay, let's get that out of the way. What's going on? I am on the line style. Let's go back to nothing. There we go. I'm sorry. That's so confusing. So let's go back to panels and then fill color. Now I can click on the color I want and it'll fill it in. Okay, I'm going to see. Excuse me. It took a while. Okay, so here's the color that I want. I'm just going to stay over here for a minute. I'm going to drag it larger. And then let's find a good font. Now, I found a cute font the other day. What did I use? I don't think it was that Winter. Maybe it was Winter. No, that's not it. What did I use? I used something that was a, is it serif? Serif? I don't know if I'm, thank you. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I want something that's real formal. So this is the one I use, this Apple Mayungio, I don't know. But I like it when you're looking for something formal. Now, I don't want a formal car coaster, but we're going to add some cutesy stuff here in a minute. One thing I don't like about this M is it's not very chunky. It's pretty skimpy. So before I do anything else, with it selected, I'm going to go right over here. See where I am over here? This is the offset feature or the offset panel. Let's click that. In Silhouette, you can do offsets, or they call them internal offsets, which for me means inset. Hey, Deborah Browning. Thanks for all the blessings. We're going to do an offset. Now, notice, let's make that big. Notice it's rounded and my font is squared off, and I want to keep the squared off effect. So let's go back to that. Oh, Marilyn. Let's get rid of that offset. Apparently I don't know how to do that. Okay. So I want to click on my M, go back to offset, and I want this squared off offset. You're going to notice that these corners won't be rounded anymore. They're going to mimic the actual letter. So we hit the square. Now they're much more squared off. Now that offset is huge. And here is whatever happened, it's because I hit the command and the minus or the command and plus to make it larger. So I'm not going to do that this time. We're going to go to offset, square it off. I don't want it that large. So I'm going to take this down. Let's take this down to 0.04, hit enter or return. That's still too big. So I'm going to go down to 0.02, hit return. And I think that looks fine. So I'm going to click apply. And then I'm going to turn it just a shade lighter. And really what I want to do is get rid of this first one. Make sure that's the one I'm on. Let's get rid of it. And then let's turn this the color I really want. Pink for Shay Shay. Pink for me. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to add my name over here. But here's something that I discovered, I think it was last weekend when I was on the couch. I didn't even know, did not know that Silhouette did this. And I've learned quite a bit about it since then. See this M? You guys probably all knew this. But you can go over here to Fill Pattern, and I can find any of these patterns. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So any pattern they have in here, you can just click on it, make it a fill pattern. So I thought that was really, really cute. I can also add patterns to that I find that just make it simple to use them in letters like this. Now the one drawback that I see is if I have small letters and I want my pattern to be jammed into that small letter. So an example, Delonda was doing animal print. I think that was just last night. And she was having like red, green, animal print, red, green, animal print, something like that. And so for her animal print to show up as animal print, not just be great big dots, she had to make her animal print small so that she'd get more detail of it. Dimps. She had to make her animal print small so she'd get more detail of it in her small letters. So that is one thing that I could see rather than using the fill pattern. If you wanted to bring in a pattern, make it a lot smaller, and then just use basically the equivalent of slice, you could do that. But I thought the polka dots on this turned out a very nice size. Let's just experiment. Let's do a small M and put it in that. Let's see what happens then. So we have a smaller M. Let's say we want to fill it. Okay. Let me click off of it. Click back on it. Now. Oh, it made it smaller for me. Wow. Okay. So it keeps that many dots. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's do a really small M. Click off of it. Click back on it. Let's make it really small. That is very cool that it adjusts the size of the fill pattern to the size of your letter. I love that. Okay, but you can add more fill patterns from your own, like get them off of Creative Fabric or whatever, and you can do that. Yeah, you can just go off for now. Now, even though you have this, you could still, if you wanted to add an offset around it, you can. So just go to offset again, do offset again, add that. Let's say you want just a real small offset. Let's go 0.01, hit enter. Now for my offset, maybe I want to use this dark pink. So let's apply the offset. Then let's go up to the color palette. Now we're going to click on this little dropper. See this little dropper here? We're going to click on it, and I want that outside offset to be the same color as the darker pink. There you go. Now you have to be careful, because if you click on other areas, oh, it doesn't do it in this program. In other programs, once you've clicked on this dropper, if you click around, it's going to change the color each time you click around. Well, thanks, Kawanda. Evelyn, it is nice software. It really is. And it's a one-time fee, which I love. And you can use it to make your rhinestone templates. Okay, what I want to see is the offset just around it, or is it under it? It's around it. I don't want it around it, because if let's say I was printing sublimation vinyl for this, that doesn't really make sense. Okay, let's just say we were going to cut this out of 2 pieces of infusible ink, or 2 pieces, maybe the inside of the M, you want to cut it out of a patterned HTV or a solid HTV. Let's get rid of that. You do not want, I don't want my HTVs to be layered. I want each layer of HTV to touch my shirt. So let's play around. Let's see how you do that. I'm going to take my design. With this program, you just touch it and it selects it, kind of like Cricut. With Inkscape, to select something, you have to drag all the way around it. But in this case, you just touch it. Both layers are selected. Let's go up to Object, Modify. I have a feeling if I hit Subtract, you're just going to have that outside left. So what happens if I go Object, Modify, Subtract All? Now, is there 2 layers under? Oh, it did. Okay, so Subtract All, that gets rid of that inside layer. Okay, let's group this together so it always stays together. Okay, so now this next thing, and I wish I could remember the name of this YouTuber. I don't remember her name. I was just going through different things, and sometimes people catch my eye, and I started watching her, and she did this type of design. And I don't ever want to say I came up with this, because I didn't. This is something I saw, but I cannot remember her name. She was a small YouTuber. Shashi, I'll make an S here in a minute. Okay. Because I want you to see, if you don't have a straight-sided one, what you can do. And I actually did an S. I put Sharon's name on one. I put a P for Patrice, because I was playing around with it. But I'll do a S and I'll put Shay Shay, Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and have another layer. So let's click on that text tool, click over here, and I'm going to type Maryland. It's humongous. Let's click off of it, click back on it, and then I want Bastion. Bastion is like my favorite script font. I use it a lot. See, now it's huge. You can't really see it yet, but we'll see it here in a minute. Let's turn that let's see, a real light pink. Yuck, that's gonna look terrible. Okay, I love pinks and browns together. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Let's turn it that. Now, it is selected, and it's still a font. So I have to, if I want to change the size now, I can either drag it smaller. Let's see what happens if I change it to a 12-point font. Okay, so I got smaller so I can see the whole thing. I don't want it that small, so let's make it a little bigger. Now, just like in Cricut, see the cut lines? We don't want that. So with it still selected, we're going to go to Object, Modify, and Weld. Now, there is something very different between this and Cricut. In Cricut, if you weld something, okay, what did crocheting ask? Oh, I can't reach. Okay, let's see. Is this a standalone program that only works with silhouette? No. So I don't cut with a silhouette usually. I have a silhouette. Last time I tried to cut out a template with it, rhinestone template. It cut beautifully, but it cut in ovals. So I rarely use my silhouette. And actually, when I bought this program, I didn't even have that silhouette. I just bought this as a standalone program. And then because I have the business edition, which I can put my link in, my affiliate link, if anybody wants to purchase it, I always appreciate that extra money that I can make, but don't get it unless you would use it. I'm not trying to sell you on it, but I want you to see, I guess I kind of am, if you need something and if you like this. I have found that I love silhouette. I used to always use Inkscape because it was a free program, and I really like it now. So as long as you have the business edition, you can save it as an SVG and take it into any cutting machine. Okay, so here's what I was going to say. In Cricut, once you weld, everything would be together. But look at this. That dot did not stay with it. So let's hit the back arrow. Let's make the screen smaller. Anything that's not touching is not part of it when you weld in silhouette. So now I'm going to go back to Object, and I'm going to go ahead and group them. Now everything is separate. Now notice this pesky red line. It's very tiny, but there is a red line. That's a cut line. It doesn't print, but I still don't like it when I'm designing. So I'll go up to Panels, Line Style, click on this right side, which is Line Color, and I'll change it to Transparent. Now I typically go right back to Panels, and I click on Fill Color because that's what I'm working with most of the time. And just like when you saw me earlier, I was clicking on something and it was the line color instead of the fill color. So it's just a good habit to go back and change it to fill. All right, now I think this is a little too thin, too narrow. So I'm going to do a tiny little offset on it. Let's go ahead and make the screen larger. With it selected, we're going to offset, offset. This time I want it to be rounded because my font is rounded, but I don't want it anywhere near that big. I really just want a tiny little offset. So we're going to go 0.005, hit return, and let's go ahead and apply it. Look at that dot, it's separate again. Let's change it. For now, let's just change it black. Now let's go to Object and Group so that dot stays with it. Okay, so I like the size of that name better, but I really did like that old color. Let's go back to that. Notice that pesky red line is there again. So you can wait till the end to get rid of all the red lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. It is selected. Let's go to Object, Rotate. Now I want to go counterclockwise. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Object, rotate. I want it counterclockwise by 90 degrees. And I'm going to put it over here to see how large I want it. Just go a tiny bit smaller. That looks fine. I want it covering up most of my design. Now, here's something I didn't think about when I was doing this. When I put this on my design, I want to do an offset so it's not layering on top. And I want a little white space between. I'm going to cut all the way through these letters, and I'm barely going to be touching there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to show you what you can do so that doesn't happen. Let's turn it in color. Let's make it Bastion. Sometimes crafting is just feeling your way through things. Let's make it small. And before I weld this time, let's go ahead and go to Object and Ungroup. Now, so that these letters aren't so tall, I'm going to go ahead and just shrink the M down. And it's out of proportion, it's out of whack now, so let's move that over. Now, you see that in there. We're going to fix that in a minute. And then let's shrink this L down a little bit. I think that's going to give us a better look. Okay, I thought that this was showing through the A. I thought it was showing kind of like that, but apparently it wasn't. So let's go back, 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 back. It should be moving over there soon. There. Okay. So now, I think that M is a little too wide. Now we're going to take this whole thing and I'm going to weld it. And then I'm going to group it. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We need to do one more thing before I put it over there. Hey, Miss Joyce. I made collard greens. I bring the potato salad. You guys talking about food. Okay, so we have it selected. We're going to do a really small offset again. Apply. Let's group that together. And I still want the same brown, so let's select the same brown and get rid of the skinny one. Okay. Now we're going to turn this, so we go to Object, Rotate, and I want it counterclockwise. And I could even do that a little bit so that N gets further on there without making the M push off. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. So let's make it larger so you see it. Now, I want there to be some white space between the layers. And so with this, I'm going to go back to offset. I'm going to do an offset. This time I want it to be a little bit larger. Let's go 0.015. Let's see what that looks like. I think that's perfect. I'm going to click Apply. I'm going to go Object. I don't need to group it. Apparently everything is grouped. And you can see right there that there's no break between the dot and the M. Let's drag this off. Remember, my M is already grouped, so I'm going to select the M that's grouped, hit the Shift, add this to it. Now we're going up to Object, Modify, and this time we're doing Subtract because I don't want to keep any of that Maryland. Okay. So here's what we're looking like. And this is exactly what I wanted. I want that to go on my car coaster. Now I'm going to print it out. If I were not going to print it, if I were going to be layering vinyl, I might get rid of this little guy. Let's see. Let's get rid of it and see what it looks like. I kind of like it without it. let's see, let's get rid of these 2 layers. I kind of like it without all those inside things, even though I'm printing it and it would be just as easy to leave them in. Let's go back and add them back in. Okay, one more. I think that's it then. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and select everything here. I'm going to go ahead and group it because I'm printing it. And then I'm going to go back to panels, and then go to that line style, and I'm going to get rid of that red line. There we go with the Maryland. So it should be all grouped. Okay. Now, do I want to put this on a white coaster or do I want to have a background color? And if I do a background color, what color would I do? Would I do... Go back to panels and go to fill color. What I do? I don't like that. I don't think that would look good at all. Yuck. Should I just put it on the white? They're making you hungry. Should I just put it on the white background? I think it's going to pop better with just white. I really do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, gosh darn it, now is where I wish I knew how to put a stroke on something in Silhouette. Okay, when you don't know something, you improvise. So I'm going to have this circle. I'm going to make a second one. I'm going to change the second one black. There is a better way to do this part. I just don't know what it is. Let's bring that to the front. And so I'm improvising. And I'll show you why in a minute, why I'm doing this. Okay. I want those to be centered. And then I'm going to go Object, Modify, and Subtract. Because all I want is this black line that's big enough that it is not going to show up on my coaster, but it's going to help me line it up with my coaster. If you're printing, put a stroke. I don't know how to do a stroke in this. I need to learn that. Okay, so all of this is grouped. So now what we're going to do is we're going to center that in the middle of that black line. Okay. Alrighty, even though that is technically centered, I don't want it there. I want it more like here. Okay, let's go Object, Group, and then I'm going to go Object, and I'm going to mirror it because I don't have that set in my software to mirror automatically. Now, to make sure it's going to print on the right size of paper, I don't know why it turned it black. I need this paper to be the right size. To change your paper size, go right up here, and I want my width to be 8.5. I want my height to be 11. So if I zoom out, you can see now that is shaped like a regular piece of paper. And for some reason, when I get it too small, it doesn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and print 4 of these, but tonight we're only going to press 1 of these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell it to print. Let's say print there. That's not a sublimation printer. I want my sublimation printer. Let's go to Media and Quality. And then for my quality, I always say best. And then I need to load some paper. Okay. So I'm going to try this PYD Life sublimation paper they sent to me. You know I love HPV romp paper, and that's what I typically use. I'm going to try this. I used it once and I liked it. And it seemed like it did not bleed through the back. And I like that in a sublimation paper. So let's go ahead and print this. And then while it's printing, I'll show you the others that I did if I can find them, to show you kind of what it looks like when you don't have a squared off letter. So like the M, you could do that on either side. It is very squared off. Oops. But when I was playing around with it, let's see, where did I have that? When I was playing around with it, I did a P and Patrice. I did an S and Sharon. Sharon Davenport, I was thinking of you. Fine. It was opening in Inkscape. Let me open that in Silhouette. And so this way, Shay Shay, you'll see if you don't have a squared off letter, what it looks like. It still looks good. Okay. So Sharon, I did yours a couple ways. I did it in the middle, which that's kind of old. That's the way people, you know, have done it for a long time. But Shay Shay, here's one where I did it on the right side of the letter, even though there wasn't a straight line like there is in an M. And then I did a Patrice over here because the straight line was on the other side. And so even if your letters aren't straight and you don't get exactly like in the Maryland, it still looks super, super cute down the side with this. At least I think it does. Okay. Could have turned your line color on the original circle to get that outline. Or you could have added an offset. I should have just done an offset. So when I have turned on the line and printed, it didn't print my line. Danny. I feel like I did. Thanks. I feel like I experimented with that and that those cut lines don't print when you're printing. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on. And we're going to bump it up to, I like to do sublimation around 385. And then for the time, I think I'll do 50. You know, back when sublimation started becoming popular, let's go ahead and stop the screen. Back when sublimation started becoming popular, we did 400 degrees for 1 minute. And I have just found you don't need to do that. I love you. And I love Sharon. I love everybody. But that's just what came to my mind. I was like, okay, what if it's straight over here? What if there's no straight lines? So, okay. Now, let's make my table bigger. Hopefully this black line is larger. Good. Okay. So the only reason, one and only reason I put that black line around it was because it helps you center your coaster. Because when you cover up the M, you don't know where it is. And so I like to put a line around them that is much larger than the blank so that you can center it. Now, should I put the little gap thing up at the top? I think I will. Let's go ahead and cut out a piece of paper. Oh, Danny, I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Hopefully there's no protective thing on here. I don't think there is. But is this something you could see yourself using in some type of project? This little design style. I think it's cute. All right, so it's centered. Notice the black ink is a long way from any of the coaster. So I'm not going to accidentally get black ink bleeding onto it. Ugh. Although a black line around the outside or a brown line around the outside would have been cute. And are you guys interested in seeing how you can add your own patterns? Maybe I could do a video where I add my own pattern and then I do this, so that if you're interested in using this type of design, you would have an actual tutorial that you could just rewatch that's only 15 minutes instead of, how long have I been on? 2 hours. Okay, so I just put enough tape on. Just take my finger up. I just put enough tape on so it's not going to shift. So that'll be good. Let me see if my heat press, it still wants to shift. Let me get one more piece of tape. You guys know I love tape, right? I love my tape. I need a shirt that says I love tape. I love tape. Danny, thank you so much for sharing with me how to do that. That'll be good. All right, so here it is. I'm going to flip it like this. Now, I need to get some of my butcher paper. Sometimes I have, that's my parchment paper. I don't use my parchment. I don't ruin my parchment paper. Parchment paper is expensive compared to the butcher paper. Now, when I'm doing this, I have all this black ink that is exposed to my pressing mat. So you have to put something under your design. And I'm going to put 2 layers of paper under my design. When I used this PYD Life paper before, I felt like it did not bleed through the top. However, I don't care. I'm still going to put a piece on top of it just in case it blows out the top, that I don't mess up the top plat, because that's going to transfer back to something else. So here's my little sandwich. I want to be careful I don't shift anything. Again, I'm going to press this at 385 for, what did I say, 50 seconds? Now, I have 150 pounds of pressure on this machine. I don't know what the right amount of pressure is. That seems excessive since this is kind of thick. So I'm going to change the pressure real quick. I'm going to bump it down to 110. Okay, did I just let it shift? I don't know. I don't think so. We're going for it. Okay. And I kept telling them they weren't using enough tape. Sharon, that's hilarious. That is just hilarious. Patrice, what are you saying about my tape? I do have a button maker. A big button. That'd be cute. I love tape. Therese, what are you saying? I am not sure which one this is. I can look on Amazon in a few minutes. It was very inexpensive. Okay, Lisa, I will do that. I'll do how to add your patterns, and then I'll probably just do this exact same design that I just did, but I might use a different letter so that you can see the different shapes you get. So if I use some of your names, that might be helpful. Okay. I didn't see what Patrice said. Yes, about my tape. I guess it was yes. I do have a button maker. I don't have everything, Patrice. You have more than I do. You know it. You know you have more than I do. You got that UV printer, and then you got that UV DTF printer, and you know you have more than I do. You have like 3, count them. Okay, can I see a little bit of black ink? I feel like either I'm seeing just the impression or a tiny little bit of black ink. So use your butcher paper on top. And then, of course, you're definitely going to see some on the bottom because it was exposed. Yeah, Evelyn, Patrice has 2 multi-needle ones. One, was it a brother or a singer? 1 sketch. What am I missing, Patrice? You have 4 embroidery machines. Okay, let me look and see if I find this overhead camera. What the heck? What did I just type in there? Amazon. Go to my orders. When I got it, I ordered 2 or 3, and I kept the one I really liked. Webcam. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, apparently I ordered 4 of them. Okay, what brand are you? You are Needham Scan. Okay, where is... Oh, no, just 3. One's a webcam holder. Let's see. What do you look like? Are you this? There it is. Okay. So it's currently unavailable, but I'm going to put it in the chat so that you can look at it and find something similar if you're interested. I think a lot of them are very similar. Oh, Evelyn, you're talking about me and the embroidery machine and my serger. I only have 1 embroidery machine and 1 serger. Okay, so let's look at it. That's a little bit light. Was there really something under there? No. That is a little bit light. I'm going to do a second one. And I'm going to press it for longer. If I can find them. And this is why I should not have a heat press that has a separate control. Where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh. And maybe I'll increase that pressure. Where, oh, where, oh, where, oh, where, oh. All right, I don't know where they went, but we're going to press on something. Oh, shoot, it'll be too small. Oh, is that in? Wait, nope. Darn it. Okay, well. I don't know where the rest of them are. But here it is. I think it printed pretty light. And there's that. So either I didn't have enough pressure, or for these I should have pressed longer. It's still super cute. There you go. I think it could have been a little bit more vivid. Carrie, no, this is still the bad camera. See how it's very muted? But somebody told me I could adjust the coloring on it, and I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. Look on the top of the refrigerator. That's where someone who is 6'2" puts things. I'm 8 inches shorter than that, so 8 inches, 154, whatever. How many inches that is? Kawanda, you're right there with me. All right. So anyway, I will put on my list of videos, which I haven't done videos much lately. I did a whole bunch of laser videos, and I've done a couple of videos. I might do a couple of videos over the next week. If you came in late, I had some stuff burnt off my face, so I have just yuck on my face. So if I do a video in the next week, I'm not going to show my face. I'm just going to show my hands. I'll show the computer, but I'll add that to my list of videos to do. I am getting ready to retire at the end of January, so I'm going to be able to do more videos, like pre-recorded videos. I'm really looking forward to that. But be on the lookout for a video about how to do this design and different ways you could use it, whether you're using vinyl to cut, whether you're using something to print it. If you're going to print on DTF and it needs to be a PNG instead of an SVG, I'll just kind of go into that. And let me go ahead and show you my shirt. Let's turn that thing off. If you missed it before, here's the shirt. Santa's favorite. When I go downstairs after the live, I will work at getting this in my Etsy store. So thanks, Patrice. It is Marilyn's Merc, M-E-R-C. And I'll put that link under this video. It's under a lot of my different videos. So Marilyn's Merc. I also did the Santa's favorite that is just an SVG, so it's going to be like, $1.99. It's not rhinestones. It's in case you want to cut it. Now, one thing, if you want to, oh, you can't see my screen anymore. Hold on. I'll show you the SVG and then I'll show you on the screen how you could change it. Let's see, share screen, entire screen. All right, let's go back into Silhouette Studio. Let's get a blank page. And then let me go find, where are you? There it is. Okay, let's just drag this over. Okay, so here is just the SVG. The nice thing about an SVG is if you want to make it for a little kid, you make it smaller. If you want to make it for a extra large shirt, you make it larger. With this, I want to use one of those fill patterns. So let's go, it is selected. Let's go Object, Ungroup. Like I was talking about earlier, I do not want to layer vinyl on vinyl, so I will always cut the backs out like that. But let's go up here. Let's select the green pattern. Let's go over to the colors. Let's go over to the pattern fill. And you could have, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cute? You could have that pattern if I wanted to have it in pink and then change the color. Let's go back over to the solid fills. If I change that, I'm going to do the one up here too. Change that. You could do that. Let's go back with the red. Let's see what else we find that goes well with the red. Okay. I think I'm on the right thing. Yep. Okay, let's go back over here to the pattern fill. And you could do that. That's pretty cute. I don't know what this is. Yuck. That's pretty cute. I feel like it needs to move over. There we go. Wasn't quite in the right place. Or like I'm going to do on, oh, that's cute. Like I'm going to do on a video, I'm going to show you how to add patterns to your library of pattern fills. Okay, that would be cute if it was a different color around it. What if we put Eve's purple that she loves around it? Let's go back over to the fill pattern. Let's put a purple around that. Cute. Let's change this to that color too. Look how cute that is. So I'm just going to put this SVG on for like $1.99 if you're interested in it. If you have Silhouette Business Edition, you can just change the fill patterns that easily if you want to print it to sublimate on something. Or if you want to use it to print onto the Sublimation HTV or DTV, or if you want to print stickers or whatever you want to do that would be printing. This program really is, I love finding that feature. Love finding that feature. So to whoever that person was that I saw their video, thank you. Will Silhouette allow you to make mock-up rhinestones to put in designs in your Etsy store website? That's a good question. I don't know. Let me get rid of this. Let's just take something over here and see. I don't really know what I'm doing. So there's Santa's favorite. Here's the other Santa's favorite that is not the ombre. Let's just leave it for now. Let's get rid of that. I know that you can change them to realistic looking rhinestones, but whether it has a mock-up, I don't know. Do any of you know? Oh, well, here's the thing is, I've already changed this to an SVG, so I think it's too late. But when you're doing rhinestones, here's the rhinestone panel. You have this right here where you can select rhinestones so it looks like rhinestones. I don't know if that helps you with the mock-up thing because I don't do those. But once I turned this to an actual SVG, it was too late because I was no longer in the rhinestone panel. And I hope that makes sense. You think realistic is what you mean. Okay, so what you would have to do is before you change it to an SVG, you would have to go over to this side and you would have to make your design there. Maybe you copy and paste. You keep one that is used for your mock-up. You have one that is your SVG so that people can cut them out. But what I will do, I'll go ahead and put these into my Etsy shop if anyone's interested. Thank you very much if you are. Would you just put it on your mock-up t-shirts in your computer? Yeah, I think then if you changed it to the realistic colors, you could just add it on to a mock-up t-shirt that you have on your computer. I'm not very good at all that stuff. I'll just be honest. I don't do all that because I don't know how. Want to know if I did that? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put under this live a link to my Etsy shop once I get these in here. I'll put a link to the Silhouette Business Studio Business Edition. If you use that, it is an affiliate link and I get a little bit of money. Go buy it on, if you don't want to use that, go buy it. It's no big deal, but I do appreciate it when you want to do something that supports like that. It means a lot to us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. Let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Despite the fact that I really don't want to be seen with the red splotches all over my nose, I will because I just wanted to say goodbye appropriately. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for being such a wonderful community. I hope you guys have a great and blessed next couple of weeks getting ready for Christmas. Just remember, Christmas is fun. Christmas is festive. Gifts are nice and all that. But just remember the meaning behind it all. Thank you, Monique. Thanks, Diane. Good night, Shay Shay. Thanks, Shamika. Thank you. I just missed, I think it was Rosalind up there. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody. And until my next video or my next live, I'll see you later. Bye.